Hi everyone, welcome to my channel where I share insights and tips on personal growth and professional development. In this video, I'm going to talk about a book that I recently read and loved, Think Again, The Power of Knowing What You Don't Know by Adam Grant. Think Again is a book by organizational psychologist Adam Grant that explores the importance of adopting a rethinking mindset rather than a thinking skill set. Grant argues that our tendency to cling to our beliefs is ineffective and that rethinking and unlearning are more important than knowledge or loyalty to our beliefs. The book explores the various obstacles and benefits people encounter when they try to bring rethinking into their personal lives, interpersonal interactions, and collective thinking spaces. Grant also makes recommendations about steps readers can take to help facilitate this practice. One of the main concepts that Grant introduces in the book is the 4 archetypes of thinking: preacher, prosecutor, politician, and scientist. When we make decisions and engage with others, Grant believes that we tend to adopt the style of a preacher, prosecutor, or politician. We preach to protect and promote our own ideas, prosecute to prove others wrong, and politic when we lobby for others' approval. In these modes, we're so focused on defending our own beliefs that we are often unable to listen to others or recognize the flaws in our thinking. He argues that we should adopt the mode of science more often, which encourages us to doubt our own ideas, be open to new ideas, and update our beliefs in response. For example, he tells the story of how BlackBerry's co-CEOs refused to rethink their strategy when the iPhone came out because they were too confident in their own product and dismissed the competition. They stuck to their preacher mode and lost their market share. He lauds Ray Dalio, who built a successful hedge fund with a culture of honest feedback and rethinking. He adopted the scientist mode and built one of the most successful hedge funds in history. Another key idea that Grant discusses in the book is the role of confidence and humility in rethinking. He writes that we suffer from imposter syndrome when we doubt our own expertise. Grant suggests that although we need to have confidence in ourselves, imposter syndrome can be useful and that we must strive for a kind of confident humility. He advises us to avoid identifying with our core beliefs. Instead, we should detach our identity from our beliefs, and then we will be more willing to rethink them. For example, he shares the story of how he changed his mind about giving advice after reading research that showed that people are more likely to act on their own solutions than on someone else's. He realized that he had been too attached to his identity as an expert and a giver, and that he needed to rethink his approach. He decided to adopt a technique called motivational interviewing, where he would ask open-ended questions and help people find their own reasons for change. He also tells the story of how he learned to rethink his political views after engaging in civil conversations with people who disagreed with him. He discovered that he had been too biased by his own experiences and emotions and that he needed to be more curious and respectful of other perspectives. A third important concept that Grant covers in the book is how to deal with conflict and disagreement. He differentiates between relationship conflict and task conflict. While relationship conflict is typically detrimental to interpersonal dynamics, task conflict can be productive under the right conditions. The key is not to let task conflict become relationship conflict by thinking about it as a debate rather than a disagreement. This way, the conflict feels less personal and easily overcome. He shares some strategies on how to persuade others, such as exploring the consequences of their views, seeking common values, honoring their agency, and applying motivational interviewing techniques. For example, he shows how a group of students managed to persuade their school board to adopt a later start time for high school by using evidence-based arguments and appealing to the board's values. They avoided personal attacks and emotional appeals and instead focused on the benefits of the change for the students' health, academic performance, and safety. He also shows how a group of climate activists managed to convince a conservative politician to support a carbon tax by finding common ground on economic growth and national security. They respected his authority and expertise and asked him to rethink his position based on new information and incentives. Think Again is a fascinating and practical book that challenges us to rethink our own thinking and become more open-minded and adaptable. It offers many examples and stories from various fields and domains to illustrate the power and benefits of rethinking. It also provides some tools and exercises that we can use to practice rethinking in our daily lives. I highly recommend this book to anyone who wants to improve their thinking skills, learn new things, and grow as a person. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more content like this. Also, let me know in the comments what you think about Think Again by Adam Grant. Have you read it? What did you learn from it? How did you apply it in your life? I'd love to hear from you. Thanks for watching and see you next time.